We're going to explore in this video how the PIM uses text, different sorts of text fields where you can actually put a lot of data, in the form of descriptions, copies, features, benefits, or whatever. So, here I am in my demo system. You can start to see, I've got some form of base description for the products. This could be an ERP description, it could be a long description or whatever. I've got some much bigger data sitting here, and here I've got some sort of HTML or web descriptions which I can put into the system. If we look at the edit elements, I'm not restricted by length or whatever, unlike many other systems. So for example, if I'm looking at a generic ERP system, this is SAP Business One, it generally has an items table. The items table generally has some code. It has obviously item description, short code, long code, or whatever. So very often ERP systems will restrict the length of this. There's no mask in terms of how you want something structured. So very often the data becomes unreadable, unmanageable with no real structure. So a PIM needs to be a lot better than that and whatever. So if, for example, we were looking at a real life scenario with a customer, this is actually a test site for a fashion website using our PIM. You can see that we've changed some of the descriptions. We've set up some structure here. So we've got some Google information we want to record. Here we've got some SEO. We've got our styling guide that we were looking at here. We've got our features and benefits, and if we're sort of going into some of the other options, so here, for example, collections or our collection lists. So again, we're using long descriptions here, so that when we're into, sites like this, we can start to see these types of things being used, within a real life scenario. So you need this flexibility, this ability to build these types of things within the PIM. So here, for example, where we're using collections, the collections themselves have rules, links, descriptions, and like. So we can start to use descriptions in many different ways. Within the PIM, anywhere you can go into an object definition, go into the fields. The types of data types that we're looking at is clearly we've got different sorts of text fields. So here we've got just text fields we can set masks and lengths and things like that. Text area fields where you're not really restricted massively to what gets entered. And we can equally turn these fields into HTML, where you could use an HTML editor or something like that. So so we can start to achieve. Go back to my food element. Look at my honey, which I had just a minute ago. This type of field structure here. One of the other things that you'll notice is if you're using different languages or localization, any text field, you can then go and enter the relevant language or script that you're being used for these types of things. You may have different rules for different countries about how you want to name things, but the point being that the system really does allow you to use text fields wherever you need to. You can add them, you can You can define what types they are, so you've got full control over how your website looks, which is much more flexible than, say, an ERP system, as I said. So um, really just a brief introduction to how you can use descriptions within the PIM.